Because listen, when I came around my most closest peers and I told them that I was cutting hair, everybody thought it was a joke.
Man, we on one today. I knew I was gonna let this episode. That is a fact.
Everybody thought it was a joke. Oh, you cut hair? How cute, Ashley! Look at you cutting hair. Look at you. And now look, you want to know when it really hit them? Yo, my man told me that he gets his hair cut from. Yo, you know.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, you can pick a day. Got time for you. Always got time for you. Got time for you. Always got.
What it do? What the business is? Word on the street. Mac known the handle his. Get your mind right. What's good, people? We here, we back, we live. I'm excited today. I have a very, 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 very special guest with me here. Close friend of mine. An entrepreneur, if I could say that. You know what I'm saying? Just a good example of consistency, hard working, consistent. Ladies and gentlemen, here at Ashley Corners, I have my guest here, Miss Ashley Warner. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me.
The ambulance just went by. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? So how was your week?
My week was good. It was good. Regular week, busy, kids, work, life, business.
That's what's up. So before we get into what your business is about, tell us about a little bit about your earlier life. Like, what was life like for Ashley growing up in the Bronx?
Ooh, Ashley growing up in the Bronx. So I'm one of 6 kids, single mother household. You know, we had our moments, I guess, right? Struggle, but for the most part, it was a good upbringing. Happy household. Love, all that good stuff. But you know, definitely was exposed to a lot of things that maybe your average kid shouldn't be. But I feel like it definitely made me who I am today, you know?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, the Bronx could make you or break you. You know, it all depends on you. You know, obviously, as we hear in this wonderful establishment, you ain't make no excuses for yourself. What made you want to do hair, or just cut hair? Just get into doing hair.
So as a kid, I've always been a hustler. Right? I always try to make money. And that came from, right, being one of 6 kids. I was one of the younger ones. I was number 5. So it was like, Ma, I want this. Ma, I want that. And it was always like, no, you got to wait. Mm-hmm. That shit got old real fast.
I get it.
Right? Like the
That's
whole,
a fact.
I got to wait. So I used to extort my older brothers and sisters. Right? So it was like, oh, you need your laundry done? If you pay me, I'll do that. You need your clothes ironed? If you pay me, I'll do that.
Yeah.
If you want me to go and do this, I'll pay me and I'll do it, right?
That's a fact.
So that was my first hustle, was extorting my siblings.
That's what's up.
And then there was a lady in the neighborhood that used to braid hair. And I was like intrigued by that. And my mom had a hand for hair. One of my older sisters also did hair.
Nice.
Sometimes she would take me to work with her, and I enjoyed the environment. I liked the culture of being in a shop, you know?
Right.
I enjoyed it. So I used to sit with that woman in the neighborhood, and I would just watch her braid. And then I was like, I think I could do this. So I was practicing on my sisters, like, And then finally I was able to do a braid, like a cornrow. So obviously practicing. And then I want to say about 12 years old. At that time, everybody had hair. So now I was the girl braiding the hair in the neighborhood. And that was my first little hustle, right? Like in the street with strangers. Not strangers, but like outside of my family.
Right.
So I did that. And like I said, between braiding and making money and seeing the turnaround and then being in the shop where my sister worked, me enjoying that, that's where I feel like, that's when I was like, yeah, I think I want to do this. Did I know that I wanted it to be like a career? At that time, no, but I knew that I wanted to be a part of that.
Makes sense. That's what's up. And like, what was the feeling? Like, cause like I know how I felt when I read my first rap, right? And that was like an accomplishment. Like I got through 16 bars. Like, what was the feeling like when you got through your first full head of cornrows? Like, what did that feel like for you?
So it wasn't so much getting it done. It was the reaction of the person. That's what I fell in love with doing hair. How I made that person feel. Even if it's and still to this day, I do what I do. I could be tired, I could be hungover, I could be stressed, I could be angry, whatever it is. The way that I could make a person feel, you could be having the shittiest day.
Absolutely.
You could be behind on bills. You could be upset. You could, bro, we going to jail tomorrow. Whatever the case is, when that haircut or that hairstyle is done and you look at yourself in the mirror, even if it's for those 5 seconds, what that exudes, that's why I do this.
Felt that on a personal level. That's a fact. Nah, because that's a fact. Bro, you come in, you woofing or something, and then you get that crispy shape up. You feel like that nigga. Like, you feel like that guy. You can't tell me I'm not that guy once I get the fresh pop smokes. Like, I'm that guy. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm that guy. Like, I might have, whatever. Like,
that
she
shit
said.
Gives you superpowers. Yeah, I don't want to hear what nobody says.
You know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
You can take anything on.
He said, bitch, I'm a man. That's a fact, yo.
I heard a comedian say, he was like, sometimes a nigga think you're having a bad day and then go get a haircut.
That's a fact. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Well,
it's
fair.
true.
Hell yeah.
It's true.
You get that cut and it's so well, we got into how you was doing hair. How did you know you could cut hair? But
so I didn't know how I could cut hair.
Because you want to know something crazy. When the guys first started coming to you, right? Mm-hmm. GP, he had waves. So people would look like, damn, this shit's spinning. Who cut you?
But wait. Before you get into that, right? So, right? I guess the people don't know how we know each other.
Right. Okay.
So I feel like we have come up together in this.
Absolutely.
And you are definitely like a staple and like the example of my journey.
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? Because y'all gave me a chance.
That's a fact. Now you was nice. That's the thing. Like, you know what I mean? She was nice. Because they'd be like, yo, niggas, be like, who cut you? We be like, Ashley. They'd be like, a girl cut your hair? And everybody, it was the same. Everybody's reaction. I was like, nah, we not going to Ashley, bro. Like, we going to Ash, bro. You feel me? Like, what you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was just that feeling was just like, I know when she cut my shit, I'm the man, like I said. So, you know, it was never a time that I left the chair and I ain't hit the block and, you know what I mean? Come on. You know what I'm saying? So that's a fact. But like Dre had actually brought me to the shop. He was I'm not really even sure that how y'all.
So how so how I started cutting Dre was the first one that I cut. So I knew I could do hair. I knew I had a hand for it. I knew I was a braider. I knew I could do women's hair. So straight out of high school, instead of going to college, I went to barber school. The reason why I went to barber school was because my older sister that did hair, she did cosmetology school. So that was like, I don't know how much it cost at that time, but it was like almost a year-long situation. Now with that license, it was like for hair, but nails and makeup. And at that time, it was like I wasn't interested in that. So with her trials and error, she was like, instead of going to cosmetology school for that amount of time and that amount of money, go to barber school. Because under that license, I was able to do men and women, mixed color, mixed chemical, and do facials. And it was a fraction of the time and a fraction of the money.
Right, time
Right?
is important.
So
Facts.
I went to barber school. I got my license. And during that time, she was the one that was like teaching me how to cut hair. Now, no offense, Donna, if you see this, girl, I love you. But my sister, she worked in shops where the clients weren't really looking for their haircuts to be finessed. It was just to be clean, right? So she taught me the fundamentals of cutting hair, right? How to fade, how to line something up, how to scissor cut, that type of stuff. Once her and I parted ways, because that shop that we were working in closed down, I started working in Parchester here in the Bronx.
That the first shop was the Hector John.
That I didn't work with her.
Okay.
Yeah. And there I met a barber, Dread. Love him to death.
He was nice.
He is who taught me how to finesse a haircut. Him and my brother, cutting my brother's hair, one of my brothers, they taught me how to look for detail, how to make shit sharp. I could curse, right? Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, we good. We good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we good. It's lit.
So that's when that was to me, that was the real test. Cause I feel like anybody could like cut some hair down.
That's a fact.
But to finesse a haircut, that's a difference. There's a difference.
It's a big difference.
So Dread, he saw something, I guess, in me, and he would look at my haircuts and he would be like, "That's good, but you got to do this." And I would sit and I would watch him. When I wasn't doing nothing, I used to sit and watch him cut hair. So now Dread was a nomad, super free spirit, and he would take these sabbaticals. I don't know if you remember. He would work for 6 months and then not be in the shop for another 4 months.
He probably gave me one of the best taper fade. That's when I actually discovered the taper fade. He gave me a taper fade. That shit was phenomenal. And then I couldn't find dog no more. Not for real, bro.
So what he did was he conditioned the clients that he had to be put on to me in that shop. So he would be like,
Makes
if I'm
sense.
ever not here, go to Ashley. So now, but it's like, right? As a client, you're on some like, okay, I feel that. This could be my backup barber, but now it's like, nah, she's cutting my hair consistently. She's consistent. It's a good job. She's not taking these fucking vacations or whatever you want to call them.
That's a fact.
So now when he would come back around, it was now like he's thinking niggas are gonna come back, and it's like, nah, I'm good. Ashley got me.
Yo, that's what you gotta understand for y'all people right here. We all know this, all men. Niggas that cheat on their girl for they cheat on their fucking barber, son.
Yes, this is
a
true.
fact.
This
You know what I'm
is true.
saying? Niggas is not cheating on their barber, so you snooze, you lose.
Yes.
Dog. So I get it, 100%. Just as a male, I understand. You know what I mean? Word.
That commitment is real.
Yes, it's a marriage.
It is.
Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. We got into cutting hair, styling hair. If you wasn't doing hair, what would Ashley be doing if she didn't do hair?
So if Ashley didn't do hair, Ashley would be either a doctor or a lawyer.
Why?
Let's start with doctor. So outside of me being a barber, I'm also an esthetician. Esthetician that covers like facial treatments, body treatments, hair removal, that type of stuff. I like school. I like to learn. I'm definitely into the human body, right? Mm-hmm. There's people that don't even get haircuts from me, and they'll come and be like, so, I got this bump. You think, and I joke around with them, and I'm like,
Right.
motherfucker, why are you coming to me? Go to the fucking doctor. But they like, you are like the doctor.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You know?
That's a fact.
But I've always been interested in that, even as a kid. As far as a lawyer, let's argue.
Makes sense.
Let's argue.
He said, let's argue.
And I'm going to get my point across, and I'm going to win.
Felt that. Yes. Yeah, women, yeah. 100%. Hey, I ain't say it. So, one time I was getting my hair done by you, right? Mm-hmm. Styled and profiled. And you had an interesting story that you shared. I like for you to tell that to the people, because the reason I asked what I asked a little while ago, to see if that kind of like went with each other a little bit. So tell us a little bit about that.
What story?
It was a little situation with some women and things like that.
Some women.
I just eased that in there.
With some women.
Some women. Nice.
With some women.
With some women. Ease that
Okay,
in there.
so I want to say this. This is just a little background before I actually tell the story. As a kid, I played sports. I grew up around men, right? Mm-hmm. My closest friends were men. There wasn't a lot of girls that I hung out with. I have my girlfriends, but growing up, we weren't on the same time. You know, like I was still into getting dirty and fucking jumping fences and you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm a guy's girl. Right?
Right.
The shit that I'm into and that interests me, maybe like your average girl is not, from what I hear. So with that being said, I feel like women do gravitate towards me, but like in a protecting way.
Makes sense. I get that.
You know? But I also am like a mama bear.
Okay.
With people.
Yeah.
Right? So I had a client, and I had been doing her hair for a minute. She was cool. So, you just make small talk, trying to figure people out. And, we're spending time together. She was getting her hair done.
Right.
This is a lot of time that we're spending together.
Sidebar, barbers is kind of like therapists a little bit too.
No, not kind of. We are.
Yes. Yes.
When I was in college, all of my electives were all psychology and sociology because of all the people that I come across in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year.
Yes.
All types of energies, outlooks, opinions, situations,
That's a fact.
So, So we're talking, and I asked her what she does for a living. So she tells me that she was a dancer. So, I always want to try to give people the benefit of the doubt. So I'm like, bitch, you a ballerina or something? And she's like, ha, Ashley, no. She's like, I'm an exotic dancer. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, oh, so where you work? Because, listen, I'm going to show support.
Right.
Right? I'll come see you. But she's like, no, right now I'm not in a spot. I'm into doing private parties. So I'm just like, oh, okay, that's what's up. That was the end of the conversation.
Got it.
So now one of my male clients that I have been cutting for a minute, he tells me that he's having, or a friend of his is having a bachelor party. So he's like, yeah, we looking for girls or whatever, for strippers. So I'm like, I got a girl. Let me see. Let me run it by her. I run it by her. She's like...
It rubs hands like Birdman.
So I'm like, hey, girl. Would you be interested? So she's like, yeah. She tells me that she has a girl. Like somebody to come work with her. So he hires her and the girl. And then he says that he has 2 other girls. So now I'm invited to the bachelor party.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when I get there, we're there for a minute. She shows up. They tell her what room she could change in and whatever. So now some time is going by and I'm like, yo, where are these other women? Like, so I go in the room and then one of the guys is like, yo, the girl's canceled. So I go in the room and I'm like, yo, he just said that the 2 girls canceled. So she was like, yo, I just got off the phone. My homegirl canceled. So now I'm on some like, you don't got to do nothing that you don't want to do.
Right.
But she's on some like, bitch, I'm going to make this money. Right? So I'm like, but her thing was, you know these guys.
Right.
You got me, or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
She was looking for me for that confirmation, right? So I was like, nah, girl, I got you. So she comes out, and I set it off, right? Just because, right, it's a woman, it's her by herself, so I throw money first. Whatever, she does her thing. But now that part is over, right? Like, the stripping part is over. And now she comes over to me, and she's on some, like, you know, I offer some extracurricular activities. And I'm just kind of like,
okay.
I'm like, I don't know if it's that type of party, but, you know, do your thing. Shoot your shot. I don't know. Put your business cards. I don't know.
Business cards is crazy.
So she mentions it to one of the guys.
It's before OnlyFans, y'all.
And now they with it. So now she's doing her overtime, you know? And I'm just kind of like, oh my God. Right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I'm, you know. But whatever, that's what she wanted to do. So now the party is completely over, whatever. So she comes and want to give me money. So I'm like, no, you don't. She's like, no, you held me down, whatever. I'm a hustler. So I took the money.
Felt that. They get that bread.
Right? So now she's hitting me up on some, if you know anybody, let me know. But if someone else approaches me, will you come? Right? So now I'm young. I have a goal.
Right.
Monetarily in my head. Right?
Makes sense.
So I'm like, let me make this overtime. You understand what I'm saying? So we did a few parties, but then I guess I have a conscience. I just was like,
it's not for me.
This is not for me.
Yeah.
But this was her, and it was willingly. And then I'm like, am I going to have like bitches? Like, can I do this? You know? Then I'm like, no, Ashley, stop that shit right now. And that was the end of it.
Got you.
And then I continued to do her hair, but then she moved. And then...
Shout out to you. Get your money. You know what I'm saying?
You know who you are, girl.
You know who you are. Get your money. We not knocking you.
No, listen. I will say, right, because that first party, it was like some of the people, it's like, I know you. And I'm like, are you nasty?
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those.
Right,
okay.
when it was like the randoms, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. But it's like, I know you.
You recently opened up a new venture. Want to tell us about that? Or you have something new coming?
Okay, so it's not open yet, but I'm opening a beauty supply right next door to my shop. On Morris Park, there's really no beauty supplies, and like 63% of the businesses that are on Morris Park are hair salons, barbershops, and nail salons. And there is no beauty supply. So let me put my foot on that niche right now.
Right.
Right?
As you should. That's a fact, as you should.
So, and it's crazy because it was last week. One of my clients, you know, she has natural hair, and she's just like, I cut her hair, whatever, and she's like, oh, do you know anywhere where I could get some products? And it's out of the way. And she's like, I've been living here for 2 years. There needs to be a beauty supply. And I said, don't worry, girl, I got you. We on the way.
Facts. Yeah.
That we had a little bump in the road. Well, I had a little bump in the road. This is why it's been a little delayed, but it's still happening, and it's gonna be good.
Yo, man, listen, life be lifing. You understand?
Yes.
I know
tell
it's
me
people
about
who's
it.
probably like, "Wow, this nigga Mac ain't dropped no episode in like 2 or 3 weeks."
Yeah.
Mental health is real. You know what I'm saying? You got to take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be conscious of that. If you feel like you need a break, take that break. Breathe. And I'm an introvert, so I really have to recharge. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not so much of a people person, like being in crowded spaces. You know what I mean? Like I really got to recharge. So, whatever works. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what's best for you. Do what you do and make it work for you.
No, definitely. With me, like my life has changed a little bit. The dynamic of it, with the kids and stuff. So
Right.
sometimes, not sometimes. I'm still learning how to juggle and how to get all that shit done, what needs to be done in the day. Still with my own stuff. So
Yeah. That story is a very interesting one. Would you like to share or no?
We can talk about it.
So you've done something that beyond what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of people just wouldn't do what you've done in this situation. It was very beyond kind. I can't. I got the words at the tip of my tongue. I just can't articulate what I want to say. But in so many words, you took on a responsibility that most wouldn't, and I'd like for you to share that story because I think it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's very touching. It's very emotional. I love family. I'm a very family oriented person. So yeah, if you will.
So, like I said earlier, I'm one of 6 kids. One of my sisters, the sister actually that's right before me, she passed away 3 years ago. It's going on 4 years in December, from stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. Women, go and get yourselves checked.
100%.
Men, go and get yourselves checked.
1,000,000%. Men.
Cancer is a real thing. We could get into that's like a whole nother.
For sure. Yeah.
How I feel about that.
Right.
So my sister had 5 children. I want to say, well, not that I want to say. I feel like it's an ironic situation because I loved my sister, but she wasn't my favorite sibling. We had our turmoil, but that's my sister.
Right.
Right. So because of what I do for a living, I have been grateful to have met so many different people from so many different walks of life. So I was able to do everything that I could do in my power, to, try to get her the best treatment and all that types of stuff. Was it 100% for her? I'm not gonna lie and say yeah. No, it was for the sake of my mother.
Gotcha.
Because on the other hand, my mother, that's my favorite person in the world.
Mama love.
And I knew that my mother wouldn't be able to handle the loss of a child. So I wanted to keep my sister alive as long as I could. So I did everything I could. Unfortunately, she passed away. My mother and I assumed the responsibility of the children. And then a year later...
No, you good.
And then a year later, my mom passed away.
Yeah, not to trauma bond with you, but I share a similar experience, so I could actually relate to that. You know what I'm saying? And I believe I text you, which is something I hate to have to text my friends, but when I have a few friends who's lost their moms right after mine, and I always tell people, it never, like it gets easier with time. You know what I'm saying? Like you can never, you'll never not feel that pain, but it gets a little better with time. You know what I mean? As you go on and grow. And if you know your parents, you know that they would want you to move on. People always ask me how I move on. I say, I feel like it's disrespectful not to, it's tradition. Move on. Like you gotta live your life because that's what they would have wanted. But I have my moments. I hate holidays. I don't really like my birthday as much because like you'll hear from everybody but certain people that you want to hear from. But I try not to carry that because I have a son, you know. So I learned over time to go with the flow, let life be life, and you know, just keep going, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what you did was amazing.
Yeah.
And
so
facts.
So yeah, so my mom passed. And now I have the five children plus my daughter. And you know, we making it work. I just, like I said, irony.
Hold up. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to interrupt. But listen, I know the episode is fire. I know it's getting good. Appreciate you for tapping in, but do me a favor. I'm new to this whole entrepreneur thing. As you can see, I'm Brandon. I'm out here. Support small businesses, man. Check this out, man. Got the internet is fiction tea. Show some support, man. It's in the description. introvertuniverse.co. Let's go. Now back to the episode.
I don't like children. I'm not. I never felt like I was put here to like be a mom and bear children. I felt like I was put here to be something greater. Not saying that being a mom is not great. I'm not saying that.
Right.
Just me personally.
I understand.
I don't feel like I have like that motherly instinct like that. I don't know. I feel the same being a father. Right? So like people will disagree with me now because of the situation. But I feel like, right, I chose to take them on. So I'm going to give 1,000% to it. Right? So it's definitely a learning process. It's definitely... How
do you balance like work life and all of the children?
Schedule. If I don't have a schedule, it does not work.
Got it.
Those kids are in bed at a certain time. They wake up at a certain time. I don't play. Like dinner is at a certain time.
Makes
because
sense.
if it's not, if one thing, that's it. My day is thrown off.
Yeah, I get it. That's a fact.
You know, my personal life, my work life has changed because I have taken on the responsibility of the children. But, you know, shout out to my clients for understanding.
Yeah, that's what's up.
You know?
That's dope. And, like I said, I know a lot of people, a lot of family would have turned their back on that situation and you stood tall, 10 toes. So for that, man, we proud of you. I'm proud of you. It's an inspirational story. Just when I heard it, I'm like, man, like bro, I don't know if I could have done it. You know what I'm saying? That's. I think about my brother got a daughter, so I think of like God forbid. It's just like, man, it's a lot. I asked my son before. I said, "Am I a good dad?" Like I had to ask him because sometimes it's like being a parent. You don't always have it figured out. You know what I'm saying?
There's no book to read.
It's no book.
There's not.
It's
No one says, hey, this is how to be a good parent.
Yeah, like I just, you know what I'm saying? For real. You know, and I remember I would have them talks with my dad too. Like he would ask me, and I was like, but now that I'm a parent, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Even if we've had great examples, it's just what they went through.
Yeah.
You don't never know what you want to go through and deal with.
That's a fact.
It's hard.
Yeah, man.
Experience is individual.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
And listen, I have learned in 1 year, I have learned so much about myself just with dealing with these kids.
Yeah. It's okay. Take your time.
you could realize how strong you really are because what you gotta be for other folks. You don't really be thinking you strong for yourself.
Man.
But look at how them kids look at you, Ash.
Superhero.
They
For real.
savior, they hero, they everything. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't mean to make it emotional. You know what I'm saying? My bad. I know I didn't want to take it there. I didn't want to take it there. But at the same time, I feel like it's somebody who they sharing the same story, the same experience somewhere.
These kids,
you know what I'm saying?
They gonna talk about you.
That's a fact.
But listen, even if they don't, and
You a
I'm fine
living
with that.
legend, man.
I'm fine with that. I just want to make sure that they're good. I want to make sure that they are productive adults in life. You know, I don't want them to be baggage.
Right.
And this is what I'm teaching them every day. You're never nobody's baggage.
Right.
Right? It's unfortunate what happened, right? You lost your mom, you lost your grandma. But I'm going to do everything I have to do to make sure that they good.
Yo. Fucking shit.
Yo, this is that's Job, by the way. Job, come here real quick.
Can I have a tissue?
Come here real quick. He said the camera. This is Job. It's Job. You know what I'm saying? Definitely an important part of the shop as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, come here. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Folks,
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Job. You know what I mean? But yeah, Ash,
I know.
you one of the strongest individuals I've ever come across in my entire fucking life. And I want you to wear that shit with pride, yo. You know what I mean? Wear that with pride. You know what I mean? For real. Like what you doing is just an inspiration to many of us. How long you been in business?
I've been in business for 7 years. I just made 7.
This be the 8th year. Talk that talk.
In December we'll make 8 years
Nice.
with my shop. And honestly, if I didn't have my shop, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing, you know, as anything in life. The kids, me, my biological, anything, any of it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so grateful.
That's what's up, man. If to the young woman possibly watching this video, or possibly because this is gonna be a clip, I'm scrolling down the feed and maybe catching this on the Explorer page. She wants to start a business, maybe open up her own shop, but don't know how. What would you say to that? Like, how should she get started?
So, right, the way that I did things was a little different. I'm gonna say this, and this is some real shit. Scare money don't make no motherfucking money. That's the first thing. Now, I feel, right, because there was no blueprint for me, I didn't really know anybody that owned the business. So I really didn't have anybody to like ask questions, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the people that I did know, because people are fucking shady. They want to give you a runaround and they never want to give you no fucking information. And that's cool.
Yeah.
But come and ask me, because I want to see everybody win. And there's enough out here for whomever.
I'm so glad you said that,
Okay.
yo. I'm so glad you said that shit, because I remember. I'm gonna tell you why I started this podcast. While we here, I'm glad you just said that. I had somebody DM. I seen on my timeline these guys, they had a podcast. Cool. I had his DM. I had a song at the time that I thought was fire. I'm like, yo, I wanna come up on your joint and talk about my single, right? Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, well, no, we're not having guests right now. And no is my biggest motivation for anything I've ever done. Like, I learned how to engineer music because my engineer switched up on me, told me no. Mm-hmm. So when Dog was like, no, not only did he tell me no, he not having guests, they fuck around and had Don Q on there, which is cool. I said, oh, yo, I'm not famous enough. Cool, got it. Okay. But then Dog unfollowed me, right? On the gram too. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, damn, I heard you. And I was like, all right, bet, I'm gonna show you. Because for me, if I can't get money with you, then fuck you. I got that 50 Cent mentality.
No, it's true.
You know what I'm saying? You get money, I can't get nothing with you, then fuck you. And if we can't be friends, I'm more than comfortable being your fucking enemy. Mm. So let's go. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Mm. That's a clip, nigga.
No, but to getting back to what you're saying, to any young, I'm not even gonna say just females, any young black, brown, person that feels like they want to do something and they don't know or they don't have the tools. Listen, there's so much information out there now, right? The internet is fiction, but there's a lot of info on there when it comes to things like this. There was a lot of things that I did that I felt like I would change, right? So now me going into opening another business, things are a little different, right? As far as like money, and I want all of that. I want all of it. I want all the free shit. I thought that I was, big and bad because I was using all my own money to open this, but it's like, that's some foolish fucking shit.
Yes.
That is not how business works.
Yeah.
You understand? So, but what I will say is it's a lot of work. Not everybody is meant to be a boss.
For real.
It's okay to be a worker. Know your motherfucking lane. But if you are a boss, listen, go get to it. Get that fucking bag. Like, it's there. It's there. It's there.
Yeah.
It's there. Because listen, when I came around my most closest peers and I told them that I was cutting hair, everybody thought it was a joke.
Man, we on one today. I knew I was gonna let this episode. That is a fact. Yo.
Everybody thought it was a joke. Oh, you cut hair? How cute, Ashley. Look at you cutting hair. Look at you. And now look, you want to know when it really hit them? Yo, my man told me that he gets his hair cut from,
You know when it really hit them? When she opened up her shit and then her folks opening up businesses. Oh, maybe we can do it too.
Yeah. And listen.
Them folks wasn't about that action before you did your thing.
That's how it be, man.
No, listen.
You be surprised at the people you inspire.
No, but that's what this is about. This is what this is about. Listen, I am so for empowerment, not just women empowerment, just within people, my peers.
Yeah, I'm like that. I genuinely love seeing people win.
I really do. And I will come and support. I'll come and show love because listen, you may know something that I don't know.
If you're the smartest one in the room, you're in the wrong room.
The more people that's getting money, less people's asking for money.
That's a fucking fact.
That's a fact. Yeah. You heard what he said? The more people that's getting money, the less people asking you for money.
Listen.
That's a fact.
You don't have to help each other.
And now the conversation and the vision and the interaction is different. I still have my people that I'm around that it's like, okay, it's you want to be whatever. But for the most part, if I'm going to interact with you, if I'm going to go and break bread with you, let's talk about some real shit.
That's
how we going to be better? How we going to,
Yeah.
And now that I got six little people looking at me, yes.
We need that.
We hungry.
Yeah.
You going to learn.
That's a fact.
My mom was wonderful, a wonderful mother. But that's something that she always would tell me. I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me.
My pops say that shit all
And I say that to my kids now.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me.
I seen Lil Baby tweet something like a couple years ago. And he was like, if you was a gangster and your son grew up to be a gangster, you failed as a father.
Yeah.
You failed.
Absolutely.
You failed. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at my life, because my father was a fucking gangster, and I'm like, yo, yeah, he did that.
How about this? My pops wasn't a gangster. And I thought I wanted to be that. My pops saying want this for me.
Right.
And my pops did well for himself.
Right.
So it's like, bro, I'm praying myself. I'm taking us backwards.
Yeah. But some of us got to learn the hard way. You know what I mean?
As long as we can see, because some of us are going to go backwards, you know what I'm saying? But as long as we see and recognize that, we can put the next one on. You know what I'm saying? Even
That's
though
a
I
fact.
fucked up, knowing
Yeah.
I can still show some.
Feeling nah, it's all good. Yeah, you cool. But yeah, man. Got anything else for the people?
Ashley's Corner.
Oh yes, please. Where can they? Where can we find you?
Yes, go ahead.
Where can we find you?
So this is Ashley's Corner, 776 Morris Park, right on the corner of Wallace. I do not have an awning. This is a members only shop. No, I'm joking.
Exclusive.
we work by appointment. I'm not joking.
So how does one make an appointment?
So like I said, it's well, on Instagram it's Ashley's _corner. You can hit us up there, DM us. You can make an appointment, or you can show up, make an appointment. I'm not gonna put my number on here. Yeah, hit Mel up, make an appointment, come through.
I'm gonna put.
Let me change your life. The Ashley effect.
I'm gonna put an ad in the description. Put the shop location in the description. Pull up, man.
Pull up.
You feel me? You come
Let's
through.
see if you make it. Let's see if you make the
You know what I'm
cut.
saying? You pull up raggedy, you come out looking like magic. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it was a pleasure having you. This is my first interview on the End of This Fiction, so it was very important that I had somebody who inspires me to keep this going, and I thank you for that.
No, and you're gonna do well, and I support you, and thank you so much for having me.
Got my applause button.
Yes.
Oh, you got something to say?
I'm ready for my whole interview. Another hour and a half.
No. Are you?
You're not doing this in my
Yeah. Hey, yo, just like that, I'm your host, Jamel Malik, a.k.a. Mac Melly. The Internet is Fiction. You already know, man.